What's going on to you, Cancers? So you have the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Hierophant, the Ten of Cups, Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Death card, the Page of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So what I'm seeing here for you Cancer crabs, right, is that you have the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Hierophant. So immediately, it speaks to how a lot of you Cancers are not interested in people who are essentially wasting your time. The Ten of Wands, there's a real need for you Cancer crabs to walk away from the people who just tend to waste your time and go back to self-isolation that a lot of you Cancers love. Because a lot of you Cancers may be feeling like a lot of people are wasting your time. And that a lot of people are really not serious about talking to you, getting to know you. So a lot of you Cancers are like, okay, all right, fine. I'm just going to be by myself. I'm going to isolate. I'm going to just be the Cancer crabs in my own shell, which is the home, and do my thing and just have my fun there and party with myself and enjoy my own company. The Nine of Cups and the Hierophant represents those types of people that you think or you perceive are not serious. The Nine of Cups, you know, people that you've met along the way within the past couple of months, I want to say. And the Cups represents the months, and they haven't really been too good to you, you know. How it is that, you know, it's always this idea that they think that they know more than you. They think that they're better than you. They're in a competition with you, right? It's this sense of, it's this overconfidence that they tend to have. Like they're leading you, Cancer crabs, somewhere. They're putting you onto a different area of life that you Cancer crabs didn't know existed. And that, you know, they're the ones trying to upgrade your value of the value of your own life, right? And the Hierophant now represents, while at the same time, that's how it is that they're moving. They're trying to treat you like you're a fan, right? And they're the rock star, right? But at the same time, them thinking that they know everything about you when they don't know, they really don't. You know what I mean? Because for Cancer crabs, you really need someone who really is emotionally intelligent and just intelligent in general, who's really compassionate, who can help you Cancer crabs kind of level out your emotional sporadicism. Because a lot of you Cancer crabs will think that the whole world is against you. You know, sometimes when you had opposition, and if you're going to be with someone, you need someone to understand how you're feeling, right? Like they understand you well enough to know, oh, okay, this, that, and the third, or this happened and that happened. You understand what I'm saying? Something so where what you're not saying, they understand. But at the same time, as long as you're willing to work with them, because for you Cancers, what you don't understand is that there's a lot going on internally. So a lot of the times when people who may not really understand you, even an emotionally intelligent person sometimes may not necessarily understand you. You can get offended off of something sometimes, Cancer crabs, and they may not even know what's wrong. They're thinking that it's normal, and they didn't have any kind of ill will or kind of ill intentions. But a lot of you Cancer crabs may be thinking, oh, this person did it on purpose. So this is the type of nature that I want a lot of you Cancers to change. Because if a person doesn't even know that they're doing something wrong and you holding them at fault, you're supposed to tell them that you have a problem with that and tell them why, and the two of y'all are supposed to discuss that. If you don't do that, you're holding it against them, and now it becomes a different type of a relationship. So, but so far, a lot of you Cancer crabs have been changing up for the better, and you realize that that's the way that you used to be, and that's the way that the relationships that used to entertain used to be. A lot of you Cancer crabs are not like that anymore. The Ten of Cups and the Five of Swords now represents, but yet you still, right, even though you're not like that, the Ten of Cups and the Five of Swords, you still had to deal with people who are trying to waste your time. Right. Well, the vast majority of people are in the game. So I'm sorry, Cancer crabs, but that's just what it is, right? You just have to be able to kind of go through these people faster. And this is why I suggest dating multiple people. Now, I'm not saying you should continue to date them past a certain point, and that's cheating. But when you're first starting out, date like 2-3 people. Get to know 2-3 people at one time. And like I said, the first person who you become involved with, if you know what I mean, in that way, is the person that you really want to go with. Because, when that gets involved. But the Ace of Pentacles now represents how a lot of you Cancer crabs are also learning how to cherish the body that you have, cherish the emotions that you have, just overall cherish being a Cancer crabs. Because what I'm because I know a lot of Cancers in real life, and what I realized and heard from Cancer crabs themselves is that a lot of Cancers don't want to be like that. But see, a lot of you Cancer crabs may have had problems with value, because you think that people are trying to constantly run game. And the Ace of Pentacles here, this is a card that kind of shows you that those core values, those dysfunctional core values that you had, is not a part of who you are anymore, right? That your core value is something different now, that you can fall back on, and that you can trust, because you know now what it is that you stand for. And that's not how it is I was explaining a few minutes ago. That's not how you are. So the Eight of Pentacles and the Death card now represents this being a situation for a lot of you Scorpios, for a lot of you Cancers, right? I was just talking about the Death card, sorry about that. But this is about how a lot of you Cancers, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about you are changing. You don't have to worry about if you'll be terrible like this. No, you're already in the process of changing for the better. But the Death card represents even more of that proof, letting go of, thinking, being overly precautious of, are people out to get you? Even if they are out to get you, what are they going to do? You Cancer crabs been through this type of stuff before. This is not your first rodeo, and you came back out of it, and you came back out of it good and in one piece. What can people do to you that they haven't tried to do before? The Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords now represent, so as a result of this, the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords is about, and this is where the new awakening comes from, the Page of Pentacles, rising out of the Death card, right? So becoming an entirely new person, right? Because a Cancer crab can rival even a Leo in happiness and in joy and being content. Yeah. But this goes to show you just that a lot of you Cancer crabs are now worried, or you shouldn't be worried about if people are running this. A lot of you Cancer crabs have way more understanding of yourself, for one, and other people, enough to know if people play games, you're going to heal yourself, because you know how. Some of you know how. Come through and get a personal reading from me, and I'll teach you how. And you'll do that, and you'll move forward. And then you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. So for other people to try to break your heart, they're going to have to try very hard, because you're not taking what they do personally. So all the things that those people in the future may do or may not do or may want to do, they won't be able to effectively do it, because it's not going to work on you anymore. So let's clarify the Page of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Swords, the Moon, the Two of Wands, and the King of Cups. Right. This is the way that you were before. And now the Moon, you did some self-study, some self-reflection. And the Two of Wands, these people want your attention and they want to break your heart, which is what, and they want you to stick around, which is the reason why they have to break your heart. But the King of Cups, they can only do that if you allow them to.